Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the district's board of directors to be held at 105 Port Road, Port Isabel, Texas on April 10th, 2025 at the hour of 3:30 p.m. for consideration of the business of the agenda below. This notice is posted at the office of the district on April 3rd, 2025 at 11 a.m. in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 041-551-050, not less than 72 hours prior to the time of the said meeting. Today, we do have a quorum. Present, we have Dr. Lalonde, Mr. Friedman, and Mr. Starkey. Absent, we have Mr. Blotter and Mr. Donahue that notified they wouldn't be in. If I may please have everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. We have a second. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we gather today seeking your wisdom and guidance as we address the matters before us. May our decisions be informed by your light and lead to positive outcomes. We continue to ask for your blessings. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Noe.
Let's take it to item 3, the invitation to the audience for public comments. Staff, board, Zoom.
Yes, there is a doc from Long Island Village. I want to say something.
Yes, hello and welcome.
I'll go check there.
Yes, please state your name for the record.
My name is Dr. Glenn Young. I go by Doc. I'm the general manager for Long Island Village. I wanted to come in today and make a few comments on the project that's going on for water and sewer improvements. The project is progressing very well. It is a construction site, so the residents are very differing in their opinions on how things are. As long as it's dry, we have dust. When it rains, we have rain. But again, the project is progressing very well. I'm in contact daily with the contractor as well as the engineering firm. And when needed, I'm in contact with the department heads here, Charles, Eduardo Salazar, and those folks. They've all been very responsive, very helpful. And again, we're quite pleased with the project as it's going. By my calendar, I think we're around 290 days until completion. And in the process of putting sewer service in, water service has been installed to several of the residences, and progress is going well. We have competing projects with the electric company. AEP is installing electrical upgrades as well. We have managed to keep them apart so that progress is going well for all of those projects. So again, I just wanted to let the board know that that project is progressing quite nicely.
Thank you for taking the time to let us know that. We appreciate it.
Can tell you, we're gonna be on our target. Make sure you know about transformers with AEP that they've called ahead. Plotted out if they need any new ones, right? Yes,
So I think they do.
good. And don't be surprised at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have experience around that. And just to double down on my colleague's statements, thank you so much for taking the time to come in and inform us of that. This is a project that we're all passionate about and excited about. No one other than the residents, at LIV, we understand that, but we're grateful that hopefully we can all collectively see a light at the end of the proverbial tunnel. So, thank you.
Wednesday, the 23rd is the scheduled next meeting.
I will not be here. We did win district, got 2 champions in the house, so we will go win regionals now on the 23rd. So I won't be here.
Maybe swing the 24th afternoon again, or you guys are welcome to meet with other people on the 23rd in the evening if these other people can be.
My schedule is flexible.
I'm a no on 23 and 24, unfortunately.
Well,
22 would work. Yeah.
Okay. After that, I'm open, yeah.
30th?
24th.
30th, is that? I know that's off. Just check with everybody else. I apologize about this. I was told once by a wise man, the greatest gift I can give my kids is my presence. So I'll be in Seguin on the 23rd and 24th with that in mind. Thank you.
We have for anybody else?
Does that conclude item 3? Okay, let's take it to 4. Consider and discuss for possible approval of the minutes from the regular meeting on March 27th, 2025.
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Starkey, second by Dr. Lalonde. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. 5, general managers report. Carlos?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, the last rainfall that we had flooded everything everywhere,
Yeah, it did.
except,
The
the
rest.
main, Amistad and Falcon Lakes.
Didn't even.
I knew that was coming.
Didn't even push it.
Really a little bit at Falcon, but, it's, coming all together, it went up to 21.8%. But this week it's back down to 21.3% today. So, you know, anyhow, we're still at stage 3 and, hopefully the Lord will give us some rain at the watershed sooner or later. If not, we'll keep looking at, desalination for the future. So, you know, we've been spreading that word out also, with all the entities and.
How'd it go, Laguna Vista?
Well.
Great.
Hopefully they were generous hosts. Was it a decent turnout? We tried to piggyback off of an already existing meeting in that facility in hopes that there'd be a lot of people there. But all we can do is set the appointments and do the best we can to inform the public and at the municipalities, the city, at the, communities.
Did some research on some properties out there, Doctor. As you mentioned, the big reservoir. Okay, we do, have a small reservoir right next to the water treatment plant, but that, reservoir is, salt water. And, everything else around it is salt water combined with fresh water,
Why's it salt water?
because it comes from the bottom.
Brackish.
Yes, brackish water, you dig 2.5 to 2 feet down and you get brackish water. That's why our water treatment is elevated to about 10, 12, 15 feet up. You can see it when you're driving through there, it's up. So, not into the property owners, there's like 2,000 acres that are available, but, he said that, the wind turbines that are out there, they never completed the rest towards the highway because of that purpose, that there's groundwater in there. And the concrete is not gonna drop there, the piers and all that, so they decided not to keep moving with the wind turbines for the highways. So they had planned to do that, but they can't do that. So, that being said, a big reservoir, and Charles has more information on it, and,
We can talk offline, it doesn't have to be right now, but.
okay.
Yeah.
But that's all, that it's kind of impossible to have seawater mixing groundwater with the fresh water.
Yeah.
The,
We don't want brackish water to.
Yeah, I mean, it would trigger a desalination just with another source, being that stored water.
Great, thanks.
so far after that, and there's no questions on it.
Let's take it to 6, Director of Operations report.
Chairman, members of the board, good afternoon. Director of Operations report for the month of March. On the distribution side, we had an increase of 95 service orders callouts from 256 to 351. The job codes that were affected were turn on service and faulty meter faulty transfers. On the collection side, there was also an increase of service order follow from 51 to 68. The job codes affected there were store backup and preventive maintenance. For pre-treatment and lift stations, there was an increase of 9. And the job code affected was maintenance and or adding Microsoft at their stations. That sums up the director operations report. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks, Ellie.
Great, thank you. Item 7, district engineer's report, Charles.
Yeah, I mean, the first bullet really wasn't to go through this presentation. I mean, something kind of already done the presentation. I mean, just the fact that we've already done the town hall in Long Island Village. We've done the speaker series for the South Point Island Golf Course on Saturday. And then we did the Oakland Vista City Hall meeting, and we also had our coffee conversation this morning with the Chamber of Commerce. So the presentation itself is a little modified to take in the comments from each meeting. And, I think we're seeing, positive feedback in general. So, I mean, it seems to be going well. I mean, I guess one new piece of information is today, for that switch component was the application we had done for, next water development board. We received our invitation to apply for funds, today. So that funding request for the 64,655,000. Which is both a combination of the election for 59 million plus our existing authorization. We need to submit our financial application by November 12th. So that would be on schedule for coming in July. So the funding source to implement the bonds is going right in line with our election that's coming here. So and then again, that would be proceeding without the reclamation financial agreement coming into play.
The election is May 3rd.
Yes.
And we've already had early voting.
Early voting starts April 22nd. It's the first day of early voting.
What did we vote for already in Laguna Vista?
I think that was the city stuff.
So the April 15th is the town of Laguna Vista, and that's just those two, the commissioners, the Nelly release, and that's who it is. That's an April 15th, that's for the early voting.
So that's just all by itself.
Yes, that's it. They're not having the county do the election. They got their own election.
I see.
City is,
Yes,
So what election will be held in Laguna Vista on May 3rd?
it's gonna be the election administered by Cameron County.
Yeah.
And so from what I'm aware of on the ballot, there's the venue for Cameron County's, that they've been trying to find. And then.
So they're trying that again.
Yes, and then they'll be on that ballot. And I think on some of the drafts, like there's some one spell elections, depending on where you're at, there'll be other items on that.
Okay, great.
And then again, May 3rd also, the navigation district, they're having their own, at the navigation.
you have to vote there, so you have to go to pockets of vote.
Yes, you have to vote at 250 Industrial Drive for the navigation, for the Port of Development, Center navigation.
Correct. Okay, great. Anything else?
No, that's basically the update for seawater. The second bullet here is, I did get a call from Richard Frankie, he's working with the Attorney Center. What they're trying to do is, establish a canopy for the migratory birds along the boardwalks. And so where they're gonna be planting some trees, and it's actually on some of the property owned by the water district. And so there are easements in place for the boardwalks, but they requested permission, to be planting some of these trees to establish the canopy for the birds. As long as it's, and we don't see any issues with it. It'll be outside of our fenced areas, so it'll be within property owned by the district, but it'll help facilitate.
No further obstructions or anything, or.
Yeah, so I mean, we're pretty much granting permission, but just more forward to forward, that's what's.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And that concludes it.
Thank you, Charles. Let's move to item 8. Which is consider and discuss for possible approval of a one-time change from Spectrum Business for the installation of fiber internet at Water Plant 1.
Right, so the water plant one today, Well, actually, with service outages, we just don't have the infrastructure in place. And with all the construction activity, and the capital fund, the tax fund being available, it was a good time for us to look at the ability to upgrade the site to fiber. And so to do that, there's a one-time charge of $11,300. And so that request is for the $11,300. Don't bring that the website site.
Is that a one-time cost?
Yes.
You
So-
have
so,
to
yeah.
run the lines for their service. It's bracket. I should get in that, right?
Well, at Waterland too, it's low cost. Waterland one has its one-time charge.
So bracket. Sorry, I had my experience with this.
Move to approve.
Motion for approval made
I'll
by
second.
Dr. Long, second by Mr. Starkey. All those are in favor, there are none opposed. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 9, consider and discuss for possible approval of contribution of aid of construction agreements for electric distribution service for CID 01 Water Plant 2 Reservoir Number 3 Raw Water Transfer Pump Station.
Yeah, so for the site, we have the construction, the new raw water transfer pump station, will under water plant two. But there are overhead power lines that need to be relocated for the duct thing. And being that we're the only customer out there, we're being charged this $20,540.78 to get all that overhead electric built in. So sounds like a similar situation to Spectrum.
How long a line is it? Curiously, just, the linear footage?
Oh, gosh, I mean, roughly maybe 600 feet, somewhere there, without knowing the map exactly.
And how much is the charge again?
Yeah, it's $20,540.78. Yeah, it's gonna be the new transformer for the raw water pump station and the utility services for our water plant. It's all gonna go, basically the line leading to is going from overhead to.
But just to go underground is 20 grand.
Right.
So that's not transformers and stuff too.
No, that includes all the costs for us to get everything done.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I hope I can get a deal like that.
Better.
I think it's a good price. It's an action item, right? Any questions you guys have?
So
Motion made
Second.
for approval by Dr. Long, second by Mr. Starkey. All those are in favor. None are opposed. The motion does carry. Excellent. Let's move to 10. Consider and discuss for possible approval of financial reports for January 2025. Already.
Now it's your turn, Eddie.
Eddie, talk to me about tariffs.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Who are
boy.
we putting them on?
Oh, boy.
When do they start?
I don't know. I'm no expert on the tariffs, I'm sorry.
Plead the fifth and continue.
Yes. But bringing it back to the January 2025 financials. Just wanted to mention that revenues as compared to last year. We're 300,000 less than last year, but the main difference being some annexation revenue that we received last year that was just a one-time source of a revenue source last year. And we're also seeing on the utility side, on the water services, we had some construction revenue from the some water that was temporarily used for construction of the LMWD facility. That was just a temporary source of revenue for us. That's one reduction in this reference.
Who we annexed last year? Was that the castle?
It was in Shores and the subdivision that's over here in the design, so.
Oh, I thought it was- okay.
But yeah,
Here, Ron.
Yeah, they're tap fees review for basin.
Items and numbers, guys. So whenever he's ready, I'm ready.
Oh, I'm good. This is just an acknowledgement.
Acknowledge it.
What was the support services of 95,000?
so that is the IT services is now broken out as support services into its own department. We just created that new department this year.
Where'd it come out of?
It was previously in finance. finance and some of it was in administration.
Why are we up so much in finance this year?
When we say what are you? Where are you?
Well, let's see, our expenditures, January 2025, we're at 424,000. Last year we were at 365,000. Betty, did you go buy that car? I told you that.
Told you he's a numbers guy.
If you don't know off the top of your head, that's
I'll-
okay. Maybe
I'll-
something just to
I'll
look
follow
at
you,
next time.
I'll follow up with him, after the meeting, sir.
No problem. Well, I mean, there's just a couple of those numbers that are like, hey, why are those so much higher?
Yes, I'll definitely.
Take a look at it.
Yes,
Thanks.
Thank you.
It was acknowledged by Dr. Lalonde, Mr. Friedman, and Mr. Starkey. Thank you, Eddie. Let's roll to item 11. Consider and discuss for possible approval for the purchase of 3 blowers for the Isla Blanca sewer treatment plant.
Mr. Chairman, let me talk about, these blowers were approved to purchase in fiscal year. So we need to replace blowers for Isla Blanca sewer treatment plant. The blowers that we have, they're not in working conditions and need repairs. So right now, we have, 3 blowers from, different brands. And we want to standardize and have the same blowers in all the plants. So we made the recommendation based on that. And staff recommended for approval on award the purchase of 300 horsepower blowers. Vacuum blower sweeper for $173,763 with 55 cents.
Is that in budget for what we were prepared to spend? For $8,000 over? What is it, 170 what?
173, so around.
On the second page. Third page.
I motion to approve. Maybe has any questions?
Motion for approval by Mr. Starkey, seconded by Dr. Lalonde. All those are in favor, none are opposed, the motion does carry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's roll to 12. Consider and review expenditures from March 16, 2025 to March 31st, 2025. Questions, comments, anything in particular? Otherwise, we need to acknowledge them.
Acknowledge.
Acknowledged by Mr. Starkey, Mr. Friedman, and Dr. Lalonde. Thank you. That takes us to item 13, executive session permitted by the Open Meetings Act, VTCA Government Code, section 551001, at sequence under section 551071, consultation with attorney under section 551072, deliberation about real property, discussion and possible action concerning the neighboring negotiations with Hess Corporation and Port Isabel San Benito Navigation District for the seawater intake. If you're not associated with executive session, if I could please have you excuse yourself as we go into executive session at 3:58 p.m.
Thank you.
Need a motion to come out of executive session at 4:36 p.m. Motion made by Dr. Lalonde, seconded by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor? They
Aye.
are. We're out of executive session. That takes us to consider in action on executive session if necessary. Discussion and possible action concerning negotiation with Hess Corporation and Port Isabel San Benito Navigation District for the seawater intake facility. That is
So moved.
motion made by
Dr. Lalonde.
Dr.
yeah.
Lalonde to proceed as directed.
Yeah.
And seconded by Mr. Starkey.
Yes, sir.
Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. There are none opposed, and the motion does carry. Thank you. That concludes this meeting at 4:36 p.m. I thank everyone for being here. Have a wonderful weekend coming up and enjoy yourself.
Did my